make a move and the bunny gets it.
I said, put the bunny back in the box. Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?
It's showtime.
Psychically, I'm very well endowed.
I wanna know what you're thinking. There are some things you can't hide. I wanna know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
Hey there, this is Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics. Welcome to the show. Got a somebody riding shotgun with me. You know him best as.
Nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
It's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees are known to do that.
Hola!
All right, welcome to the show, Wookie.
Thank you.
Well, tonight we're going to talk about, well, we know that what's been killed. We know what's pretty much dead or dead man walking. We know what's weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, exactly.
And so tonight we're going to talk about some possibly new IPs. Now, I did get some suggestions, and I did take some of them from a friend of mine named Frost Comics. He's the only one that responded to anything. But I have a poll in the chat. Okay.
Hey, now, I sent you some suggestions. Come on.
Yeah, you did.
For comics, you know.
For adaptations. I'm talking about for like adaptations and things like
Yeah.
that. Well, basically, I've got 3 candidates tonight that I think are the closest that we have in our sphere to being in the mainstream. Okay. They are as follows: Common America, ISOM, and Cyberfrog. Now, tonight I'm not reviewing the attributes of these. I'm just saying that these 3 IPs are the ones that I think are closest to being in the mainstream. They have over 1 million sales each, and they've kind of like broken out of our little community, and they're known pretty wide. And so tonight I've got the 3 trailers of these IPs. I'm going to play them. The poll is in the chat. If you take a look at these trailers and you decide which ones that you think are going to make that crossover. So we're going to start with Common America. Okay. Now, this one is put out by Iconic Comics. It's Tim Lim and Mark Pellegrino, and they've broken into the Japanese market some. They've got this manga-inspired, manga style. It's got the cutesy pie stuff, and this is actually animated. This is an animated piece, and they went a little crazy on the jiggle physics on this one. Just gonna warn you up front. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean.
Interesting.
Yeah, you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. But this is one that I think is probably going to break into the Japanese market and then move back overseas. And so this is my candidate for the one that's going to definitely, I think, eventually be in the mainstream. They have like their own private Comic-Con down there in Texas, and this thing's on billboards all across that Comic-Con. And so it's in certain circles and certain arenas, this is a pretty big, sizable IP. It was suggested by my friend Frost Comics. So let me play this trailer for you. Here we go.
Soaring high through the halcyon sky, broad stripes, bright stars like the 4th of July. She's a blonde bombshell, patriotic paladin, fighting fashionista, jet-powered javelin. No evil can touch her heart so true. She'll always bleed the red, white, and blue. Keep the faith, the champion of liberty. Embody truth and beauty. Take flight, come in America. Take flight, come in America. Bring down the velvet thunder. Tear your bones asunder. Take flight, come in America. Make right, come in America. Loosen the lightning, a swift sword. Let good men hear its thunder roar. When hope is lost and the skies are bleak, be the beacon that we all seek. With your coming core, you will be triumphantly crossing that shining sea. A light in pearl and a rocket's red glare. We'll fight for right where eagles dare. Roll call. Come in comic, come in Robin, come in victory, come in terror. Make right, come in America. Be like, come in America. Come in America. Live your spirits high. Keep your feet on the ground and your eyes in the sky.
So what you think about that one?
Can I change my vote? I demand a recount. I'm going to change my freaking vote. Holy shit.
Well,
I voted for that has-been Cyberfrog. What the hell? I want to change my vote.
The thing about it, though, is the lyrics of that song make like no sense. Okay,
it's Japanese centric. That's
yeah.
And
dude, it's like
100%.
if it's Japanese. If it's like a Japanese theme song and translated into
absolutely.
English, and they always have these really odd like groupings, like common ramen, and stuff like that. It's like what, but it's fun. I think that's actually going to be a cartoon. I think they're working on.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. It's definitely the Japanese market centric. There's no question about it at all.
Oh yeah,
I think it's freaking awesome. The artwork is great. Yeah.
Well, they're working on like volume 4, I think, of the series. It's been out since 2020, I think. But it's really just like really blowing up. Iconic Comics is really on the come up. We've got a lot of good stuff going on over there.
So that's the publisher, Iconic Comics.
Iconic Comics, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. They've got a system to where they don't even put the book up. They no longer crowdfund books unless they already have the book in hand, and then they like release it to crowdfunding to get their orders, and they're the first ones that started doing that, and I think that's probably the best way to do it if you got the money enough to do things up front. Hold on a second. For a kid's show, they really overdid the breasts. Hey, how dare you? Okay. They're called knockers. Right. Jiggle, jiggle. Yeah. Glad you two are having a commiseration. Well, the thing about it is, though, if you watch Japanese stuff, Japanese do not shy away from this. They really don't. They are a very. It's funny because they tried to shame the Japanese. The leftists over here have tried to shame the Japanese about their stuff and calling it like, oh, they all look like kids. It's pedo porn or whatever. And Japanese are like, You can't shame a culture that's that pretty much okay with their sexuality. I mean,
they've got like an actual festival.
Yeah.
With phallus all over the place.
They've got something that's mainstream called hentai. Look it up.
Yeah.
Make sure you're not at work when you do.
Yeah, exactly.
But so I hear.
Well, we had to pull. I remember. God, what was it? 2000. Yeah, it was in 2000 or 2001.
Right.
I worked at the Toys R Us in Mission Bay, San Diego, and we had to pull the Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z comic books because we had a spinner rack with all their comic books on it. They had a sex act going on in that stupid thing.
Yeah.
And so nobody caught it. Apparently, when they were bringing it over for the U.S. and they did all it in English, they failed to check that part out. And some customer came up and was like freaking out, mom. And so we had to pull everything. And I was like, and we took a look. We went in the office and we're like looking and go, what the hell? Holy crap! Yeah, we gotta pull this. No question about it.
Well, I just think it's hilarious that they're trying to shame that culture over there, and that culture's like.
Well, that's when, and back then at the early 2000s, that's when they started coming over here with a lot of the manga and I think the Dragon Ball Z started. Dragon Ball was the first, I think, outside of like the old stuff.
Well, the communists taking over our entertainment left the door wide open for somebody else to come in, and the Japanese just happened to already be over here. And, they've been in our culture, injecting stuff into our culture since the 80s. I mean, Robotech, I watched that growing up.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah, watch out. There's a big rift on that one. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Robotech's a slur.
Oh. No, okay. Well, it's the Macross saga.
Yes, Macross, yes.
Two other,
it's
the
Macross
saga. Anyway, it is what it is. But I remember it's Robotech.
I can't believe people lose their mind over that stupid shit.
All righty. Well, let me get our next candidate in. This is from Rippaverse. The first one that I downloaded turned out to have his long diatribe at the end by the man himself. And so I went looking for one sans him. I found one. This is also an animation. This is for the Rippaverse. This is for ISOM. This is actually put out for ISOM 2. Since then, they've had like multiple books put out. Including Yara. I think there's one coming up called Good Ying. There's a few other ones. You'll see some of them in this trailer. But anyway, so this is the ISOM 2 animated trailer. Okay, he spent a chunk on this one. Animation is expensive. What that little animation I got in my trailer, $500, and they gave me a deal.
Wow.
So animation is expensive as crap.
Wow.
So what you're seeing here is like at least, I don't know, $5,000 maybe.
Holy smokes.
So yeah, here you go.
Fascinating thing. We often like to think of it as something that just is. But too many people let the past determine who they are. greatness is determined by how one deals with the present. So if I'm helping you, I have one condition.
Yeah. No more quitting.
Time is a gift, I say. What are you gonna do with yours?
All right, that's
good animation. I mean,
yeah, pretty good animation.
I've never read the first book. I don't have his first book, so I don't really know much about
Well,
the character or that
I've
world.
come to understand that trailer is pretty much the first book. So, what you watched in that trailer is pretty much the first book. So, anyway, so this guy's got more money than God right now. Every single campaign's going over like $1 million or close to it, and so he's got some major money to throw around, and this business money does make a difference. So,
yeah.
Well, the differing opinions on the, the quality of the output. WTF? Yeah. But what I'm talking about tonight is just what is in our sphere that's going to make it to the mainstream, and I think that Common America is probably my first choice. I think they've already made inroads in the Japanese market, which is pretty much going to trickle back over to America and into the mainstream. I think it's a better pathway, but I assume that guy could probably buy his way into the mainstream. Yeah, he's got some pretty heavy hitters and some pretty big connections, and so I don't know. Good Ying is going to be written by Mike Barron, the one with the superheroes or whatever. I can't remember the name of it, but that one was supposedly written by Chuck Dixon. People that know Dixon's work weren't entirely sure all of it was written by Dixon, but they think he did a script polish. But he's Dixon's working on something else for him, and he brought some ladies in that were in Marvel at one point called the Soska sisters, and they did Yara. So Yara is like the one that just came out. So anyway, so this guy, he's throwing around a lot of money. He's got a lot of big things. He's got actually a live action of that scene where Yara throws Isom down into the car. They actually did a live action version of that. So
really,
yeah. So I mean, he's throwing
crazy,
serious money around.
Yeah, that ain't cheap.
No. So I mean, the first one, I think that is probably the best path to get back into the mainstream. But Ripa might be able to buy his way in, and he's got all these million sub channels that are just wearing his gear and pushing him nonstop. So he's got a lot of momentum behind him.
Yeah, when you look at the stats like that, where he's got the followers to, buy his product, wear his label, talk about it online.
They're supporting independent comics.
Yeah,
though.
well, yeah, I mean, absolutely.
I mean, this multi-millionaire independent comic guy.
Well, I do have to give him credit in this, and that when he first started down this path, he had to mortgage his house.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he mortgaged his. I think he pulled a second mortgage on his house to pay for the printing of everything right out of the gate, and it, in my opinion, was just basically the virtue of the fact that he was already widely known, friends with people in the FNT universe, and associated with them and others that basically catapulted him once that comic came out and he had it going on. It catapulted him. I mean,
well, he had some. He still had some push early on from people who later on, decided to trash the book, but they pushed it early on.
Yep, I agree with you, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
But so I think about it is he seems to be moving in a good direction where the hiring Mike Barron seems to show a commitment to the writing. And that's not a bad place to go to hire.
No. Yeah, when you've got names like Dixon and Barron, when you got their names on your freaking book, I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's some credibility there.
Yeah.
And, I mean, but with the push from FNT crew and the money he's throwing around for these commercials and animations, and the fact he's got Blaze TV, which is like once removed from mainstream already as a commentator. Right. I mean, the dude is serious push.
Is he still doing that with them?
Yeah.
With Blaze? Oh, okay.
He's still on Blaze.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't realize that.
YouTube channel, I think it's a couple, might be over $1 million. I don't know. Probably is. But
Right.
so I mean, we're talking about somebody with a lot of momentum behind him. So hold on a second. Justin has Red Baron's name on his book. Yep. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. So here's the last candidate. Now, this one is probably out of the three. This one probably has my best concept. It's got a very solid supporting cast and it's probably the most unique. But at the I think what's holding this one back is the creator likes to pick fights with everybody. Everybody. Everybody.
Yes, it's like a 3-ring Mongolian cluster F. It's like
it's like having a absolute prize poodle that has perfect markings, perfect everything.
Yes.
That's just the shoe in to win the show. Yep. And is attacking everybody like a pit bull.
Exactly.
And not that he's a poodle or anything, but anyway, but this is his entry, and out of the three, this is the best concept, the best art, and probably the most unique. And this is the one that I think if people saw it and probably didn't know he was attached to it, they would really, really be pushing it. But he has has a lot of fans, and he has a name. He's on some mainstream books and everything. Time talk about EVS and talk about Cyberfrog.
He's even got movie credits.
Yeah, he's got.
They have to them by contract. They have contractual obligations to credit him in that.
Well, he created the prison, prison that the Flash's dad was in. So he was. Every time they use Iron Heights prison, they have to credit
and also the Green Lantern too. They have to.
Yeah. Right.
Good job there, EVS.
Well, I mean, to hear him talk about it, he created a whole entire emotional spectrum. Even though Jeff Johns is credited as having created it, he's pretty much like he could give you the entomology of how he came up with it, each emotion and everything, and that's pretty compelling. So he's a creative powerhouse. I just wish he wouldn't attack everybody.
I used to watch a lot of his videos and streams. He's a very talented individual. He's got a great creative mind.
Extraordinarily talented. But
he might be. He freaks out and just goes nuts. Like,
yeah, it's like who did he throw under the bus and attack this week? Oh, that guy. Okay. That guy's been with him all the way from the beginning, but let's attack that guy. But anyway, but this is the trailer for his latest book. It's pretty good. this will show you the art we're talking about, the level and the creativity we're talking about. So here we go.
Pretty graphic with the art there.
Yeah, very.
But I still want to change my vote.
Can't.
Common American.
The Jiggles have got it. The Jiggles
oh yeah, the Jiggles got my vote. Damn it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, EBS. Right. He probably said if he wouldn't stop, he would just stop attacking people. I think Will was like, oh, that's who he's talking about. You know, the reputation was pretty much set at this point. But it's an incredible concept, incredible protagonist. Salamandroid is like one of the best, supporting characters, out there. And Heather Swain is a babe, and a very compelling character in her own right. And looks like he's getting his whole entire villain group to fight the Vespis with Cyberfrog, which is a pretty cool idea. I'm waiting till I hear that he's delivering books before I back it this time. 4 years waiting on one box is a bit excessive for me. It was an incredible box, but I just wanted the comic, and I went up with 5 comics and one remaster and a calendar that was out of date by 2 years.
Was the art any good in the calendar?
Oh, the art's incredible. The art was
okay. So it wasn't one of those like ones you'd get like at Christmas from your company with the company logo on it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't chintzy in at least a little bit. It was actually. I'm lying. It wasn't 2 years. It was like 2 months. It was out of date by 2 months. But he's incredible artist. Maybe one of the top 5 artists on the planet. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's no question about that. He's extreme.
And Cyberfrog is incredible IP. And if anybody with any kind of
for a while too, isn't it something?
Yeah, it's been around since the 90s.
Yeah, he created it back in the 90s, and
right.
Yeah, he brought it back out with all the crap going on with the mainstream comics and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, he dusted it off and remastered it and brought it back out. I think that's a smart move.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely has his bona fides. He definitely has that, those receipts, that certificate.
Right.
He's the shit. Unfortunately, it's gone to his head.
Well, I don't know that it's gone to his head, but I think he's always been a brawler. you know, he's got that whole Emerita thing. He's really obsessed with the Godfather, and I that's pretty much his attitude. You know, it's like me against the world. Even if you got a whole lot of people on your side, you're still you against the world. And when you have that attitude where you can't turn your back to anyone, then everybody's fair game. You know, and and you know, I mean, there's something to be said for sticking by your guns, but you know, the timing is always interesting to me. You know, when I've said things when they were inconvenient, when they're politically inconvenient. You know, but because I believed they would be true, I said what I said. I was even on his show. And he asked me if I was going to back Isom, and I said, "No, I'm not going to back Isom because it doesn't have an editor, it doesn't have a writer with any kind of track record." And then, you know, I said that on his show while he was still backing, Eric before they're falling out, and so And I was like, I'm probably not going to be invited back on the show, but he asked me a question, I'm going to lie about it, you know.
Right.
But when you do that, you don't have to go back and say, well, did I say this here, or did I say it this time? You know, instead of people like, wait a second, he doesn't like that book, he says it sucks, then why in the world was he pushing it 2 months ago? You know?
Yeah, he pretty much dissected it to death.
Oh yeah, I mean, he broke down.
He did. Yeah,
but he was like criticizing the art, but it was obvious that the problems were because this was the exact first work of somebody who's never done it before and didn't have a lot of pages under his belt. And recently another book came out from Mr. John Malin, and people have like been comparing notes, and it's one of the worst books that people have seen. And they all have the same complaints. John's Lone Box, who loves everything and loves everybody, said he couldn't finish it. And yet, you know, nobody's going to call him on it. Nobody's going to say anything because they know he'll tackle. You know, say, oh, okay, well, that's it. That's information I need to get better. He'll just attack them, and he'll stick the Malin militia on them, you know.
Yikes.
And then it's like, well, but they'll back those books no matter what's in them. But in the case of EVS, the books are really good. Now, granted, he missed some writing tricks, and the last one that would have made that book so much better. And I mourned it a little bit that he obviously doesn't have enough writing experience to have caught that. That really one glaring trick, but it's a beautiful series, incredible art, incredible storytelling. It's very distinctive. And if anybody with any kind of like power behind them takes a look at it, that would definitely make it into the mainstream. No doubt about it. And so right here, we got tell of 3 books. Okay. You got the Common America, which is very corporate America. It's very now. And he's putting it in the market that's going to make it, that has the biggest sway on America right now, which is Japan. Okay. Now, the second one is just throwing money around, has huge YouTube channels, pushing his stuff, you know, and wearing his gear, even though it's like most boring gear of anybody. I mean, it literally is black and yellow. Everything is black and yellow. Okay. I mean, look at me. I got different colors. I got this. I got several different icons, and I got nobody behind me. So I just, but he's got a huge sway behind him. He's got every book that he puts out goes over 1 million. He's got a big, huge warehouse. He's got all this stuff. And I wish him well, but I think he can probably brute force his way into the mainstream. But if he starts putting out a little bit of quality on the writing side of things, and he's got Joe Bennett, who drew Immortal Hulk before some leftists caught wind of him actually retweeting conservative in his native country, and canceled him out of the industry. But Joe Bennett's really good, and he's got Mike Barron writing that next book, and so he's got the makings. Now, if he does what he did with the last book, which I believe, he just basically handed the script to Chuck Dixon to polish it and put his name on it.
Yeah.
But I don't think Mike Barron would do that though. I don't think Mike. That doesn't seem like something Mike would do. So this has got a very good chance of being good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got the ingredients there. And then you got EVSs, which conceptually is the most unique. Probably has the might have the biggest possible cultural imprint because it's just so unique. And it's beautiful. The art is incredible. The concepts are incredible. The anybody will tell you conceptually, it's Cyberfrog is just a really incredible design. He's got great designs, and it looks like all his villains are coming to play the next book. And if if it comes out and people start getting delivery, I'm going to back it. But I'm just going to wait. Just going to wait this time. But anyway, so those are the three candidates. The poll is over there in the chat of the YouTube channel, which is on the rabbit hole. Just look up Telepathic Bunny, the rabbit hole, and check the channel out. And then you can find the show that's currently running, and the poll is in the chat. Now there's a lot of others in our space. Let me share this. So now here's some other candidates that probably don't have the push behind them that those three do. But here's one, Aquila. This is by Comics Aardvark, Archangel Comics, I believe. And this is
isn't our friend Elliot Rodriguez doing something with that?
Yeah, he did a cover. Yeah, he did a cover on it. It might have been this cover. But this is Aquila. He's an interstellar cop. But he, the Milky Way is considered backwater hood. And it's considered the least sophisticated part of the universe. And so all the criminals come to play, and so he's pretty much by himself because it's the slums, and they're not going to devote any resources to it. So he's pretty much on his own. The first book was really good. It was a little incomplete. I thought it was could have done with some world building and some backstory, but it was a very solid concept. Beautiful uniform on him. Very unique. I think there's a lot of Nova Core kind of like influence. Anyway, the next one is Shadow Sentry. Now this one is basically the Nephilim are on Earth, and they're interbreeding with mankind. And then there's the Hellborn and the Heavenborn, and the Heavenborns are of course the good guys. And because of the Nephilim blood, they all have different powers. And the story is about a highborn or heavenborn and a hellborn that they commiserate and create a child. And so it's a child that possibly unite or destroy the whole world. And it's got great characters in it, like Commander Noble and what is her name? Hopscotch, who is get this, she's a samurai Japanese schoolgirl with the teleporting powers. So what do you think?
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Well, the book that's coming out right now has got her origin story in it. It looks pretty blood soaked. She's from Yakuza, I think. Remember Gogo? what is it? Jabari from Kill Bill Part 1.
Oh yeah,
the girl at the end. That's pretty much hopscotch. That's pretty much hopscotch. So anyway, so it says
there's a blood-soaked movie for you.
Yeah,
Depressing as hell.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood there.
She's
like, leave now. I leave you with your lives. Leave your limbs behind, and they're all like crawling out. And anyway, but yeah, Shadow Sentry is a great book. It's very. It was like if Image Comics could write, it would be Shadow Sentry.
Nice.
It's a very good book, a very good book series. This is Chrome Dog by our friend Agent Zero, otherwise known as Justin, who's not been around a lot lately, but he's a very sensitive individual. I think all this stuff is really bothering him. But this is a great book, Chrome Dog. I've got it. Very solid book, very solid hero.
Yeah,
would
nice
look great.
art. I like the character.
Yeah. That's an alternative world. They're on another planet. That's why there's 2 moons. But he's also got a Bronze Terror that's also in that universe is coming out, and Out of Obscurity, which should be out pretty soon. This is Cody Valiant, Triple B Comics. He's a pretty unique and unique character. I think the Triple B guys, they do a lot of more photo adjusting, photo realism, but they pretty much, and they actually have a like a film, a 3D film that they did, but he's pretty interesting character. He's got a whole universe over there, and he's got plenty of boobs, by the way, just so you know.
Boobs.
Boobs. Anyway, this guy. Okay.
Oh yeah,
I believe I pretty much said all I want to say about him.
Oh yeah.
This is Lucent. This is a great comic book series. Great world building. Very deep lore. Very deep world. This is my
I have seen it referenced a lot on Twitter or X.
If you don't have a copy of it, get one. But it's I'll be honest with you. I still don't know what's going on with it, but it's so well written. I don't care. This is he's so confident at the end of the book. He did interviews with his characters. That's
nice.
how confident he is.
Nice.
So he's hella good writer. And he's a hella good artist. Probably draws architecture better than anybody I've ever seen. Just incredible. I mean, if you look at that, the longer you look at that picture, the more you respect his ability. I mean, because that's a building behind her. You see, she's falling down towards the earth. That's a puddle. That's a reflection in a puddle.
Nice.
If you look at the cover, it's that spot gloss. He puts a spot gloss on the puddle, and it's just beautiful. He's just a genius, just a total genius. That next book's coming out very soon. I'm very excited to get it. This is Company Men. Now this is the covers here, but let me blow this one up. But this is like if you had special forces, Black Ops, but they were superheroes, but at least powered people. I don't call them heroes, but they're powered people. Right. But just incredible world. It's called Company Men, and just really unique. I think I have another picture, maybe. Let me see. All right. Well, come on. It's not going to let me cycle. Anyway, let's see if this will work. Okay. All right. See if that's going to let me cycle now. All right. Nope. All right. Well, I won't that let me cycle out of that. Sorry, guys. A little technical difficulty here. What? All right, let me hit that. And go back. See if this works. It got into editing mode and I can't get it out of it. So,
Uh-oh.
All right. Let me just close it out and bring it back up. Anyway, but Company Man's a very good, really incredible writer. He goes by Kemosabe. And my man Kemosabe. And he just a really unique individual. Let me bring his rep back up. Hold on a second. Let's see. Be under pictures. And slideshow. Okay. And let me bring up the. All right. Here we go. All right. Let me bring it back up. Sorry, guys. Share screen. And here. All right. So, where were we? We're here. This is Embrace. Now, Embrace is probably the most unique character. That's actually his powers come from his super suit, and his super suit creates these hands, so these arms that reach, right?
Oh wow, cool.
His super suit is a ghost of his murdered son. What do you think? Pretty cool concept, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of awesome stuff going on in that one. This is Tiger Blue. I don't know if we'll be getting any more from that. I think the guy who was like creating that series, I think he left the industry altogether. I think CG kind of like ruined him. But maybe we'll get some more someday. But it's a really cool series. And this is 7 of 9. Who really should be in the mainstream, but I don't know if he'll get there. Anyway, love you, 7. Anyway, Magnificent Bastards, great series, very well written, very deep lore, and one of the. I mean, we're talking Hitchhiker at the End of the Universe, crazy. I mean, it's batshit crazy, and just very well written. This would be a great book for the mainstream to get a hold of. This is more of the Embrace. That shows him and his son and the villain. But I mean, it's just a really cool concept. He swings through the air kind of like Spider-Man, but it's all the hands that are reaching, and it's really cool. The bad guy is an entity known as Strangle. So you got the Embrace, and then you got Strangle. So it's just brilliant, brilliant. Book 2 is currently on Indiegogo, but it's going to move to FMC, and that's when I'm going to back it. This is White from Black and White.
Oh wow!
It's a great series, the '90s series by R.T. Bear.
Boobs,
right? And this is
more boobs.
Zazie. She's from Jawbreakers. You know.
Yeah, I don't know about them eyes though.
Yeah, I know. Grave Robbers. Now this was a really cool one. I don't know if this guy come up with another book because he kind of like dropped out of the whole entire group. But I'm hoping that this book will surface again someday. But he had some really cool characters. This book was violent. I mean, violent as hell. This would be an R rating. Just really, really violent. Great concepts though. Very unique world. It's a great take on the Western. You got the big wolf guy. You got a guy who's like a basically living mummy, and then you got this shape-shifting Indian chick, who pretty much, yeah. So that's a really incredible series. I hope he continues it, but it'd be great in the mainstream. It's another Tiger Blue. Now this is Hybrids, Sons of the Gods. This series has great characters, great lore building. And just a great, series. One of my favorites of all time. And this guy definitely deserves a mainstream. This is Luke Stone. I think you might have heard of him.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yep. This is more Company Man. This is from Terror in the Trenches. This is Lady Satan. She is a character that's actually
Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, with 45s. But she's a gun witch. That's what she's called.
A gun witch. A gun witch.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of Vaughn's concepts are really good. This guy would definitely be good in the mainstream. Just saying.
Oh yeah, Ironsides. Yeah,
Ironsides. Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
biased or anything.
No bias here, none at all. Anyway, Company Man. It's in the description. Check it out. It's in the description. Anyway, this is the Mythicals. This is it's a box art from his Mythicals series, Hojo. This is Nancy Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. We got somebody coming in.
It's no Scottish, it's crap!
Roll.
Oh,
You missed the boobs, man. I'm sorry. You missed the boobs.
You got to show him
Oh,
the video.
shit. Really?
You got to show him that one before we leave.
Anyway.
All right, I'm on
All
way. Bye. See you later.
Okay, well, see you. Maybe next time. All right. So the next one is this is Monster MD. This is just incredible. It's more Vaughn. Vaughn was just like really be awesome in the mainstream. I mean, every product he puts out, like Kentaro Witch Hunter, would be great in the mainstream. He's destined for the mainstream. I really hope one of these days he breaks through. It'd just be awesome. This is Heather Swain from Cyber Frog. Okay, you got a little bit for you there, Cruel. There's a little bit for you. There you go. Dude.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. This is the I Spit on Your Hive cover variant.
Nice.
So, anyway, this is Ion. She's also from the Hybrid series. A lovely lady. This is She. Okay. Now she's pretty close to the mainstream, but he changed comics when he put this out. His training was as art, fashion art. He wasn't trained in comic art; he's trained in fashion art.
Nice.
And so when she came out, nobody had ever seen anything like her, and she changed the whole industry.
It's probably because it's more close to reality than comic. Human body representation there.
Yeah. And but I think she would definitely he's got some connections. I'm surprised she hasn't broken through before.
You
But
never know.
who knows? You never know. But that's Anna Ishikawa, also known as She. And it's just lovely lady. This is our invisible girl from Monster MD, Heidi. And yep. That's an actual pinup from the book.
Nice.
Somehow the sexiest pinup in all the CG.
Hey, good job. Very good job.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Anyway, this is Phenomenova. This is a character that's put out by my good friend Vaughn Coleman. This kid, basically, he's a legacy child. His father died saving humanity, and he discovered, what's that? As one does, yeah. And he basically.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. But he basically discovers power, and he decides to go into the family business. But he doesn't know anything what he's doing, and he's evidently everybody was told to watch out for him, and so all the superheroes are kind of like won't let him, be a superhero, and so he's kind of like out on his own, kind of like sneaking around and being a superhero. But then he takes on like a really dangerous supervillain by himself as a nascent superhero. Sounds like a great concept, great book, and I'm looking forward to it. But Vaughn's an awesome guy. Still Oasis Comics, so a really cool concept for the name. Anyway, this is Stump. Now, Stump is one of my favorite characters. Okay, now Stump is kind of like if you took the Hulk and made him working class and stuck him in the Midwest, and so he's actually an alien from a world with more intense gravity, which makes him denser and stronger than normal. And his solution is punch it. If it goes down,
nice.
Then problem solved. If it doesn't go down, I'll figure out something else.
Punch it again.
Punch it again. Yeah, but just a great character. Great character. One of my favorites. Blue collar Hulk, basically.
There you go. Nice.
This is from Terror in the Trenches. This is the Black Terror. He's actually a character that's in public domain that Vaughn resurrected. There's other versions of him out there, but this is Vaughn's version of it. Really good book. I enjoyed it a lot. Now, this is Perfect 10. There you go. Something for you, Kroll.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, this book is number 4 is coming out. It's got a lot
of redheads. Yeah.
She's a brunette.
Yeah. What?
She's a brunette.
My color's off on this crappy screen. What the hell?
No. Well, brunette's kind of reddish brown. Brunette's reddish brown. Anyway.
Well, she's on mine.
I still want to change my vote.
Well, she's an artificial being that basically she was created. She's one of 10, and they basically were super. They were like super.
Like 7 of 9, but with better hair.
Well, but basically, she's a superior in every possible way. But they would erase her mind after every mission, and so she would assassinate like powered people, and then they would erase her mind. Well, the guy who was like over the program, the scientist that was over the program that created her, basically didn't erase her mind because he just couldn't bring himself to do it anymore. And the facility was attacked and she was set free inadvertently. But the whole first book, she's pretty much practically naked. You know,
I can see how that would be.
I see no problem in that.
No, right. But basically, what's cool about her is that she doesn't remember any of this. So she's basically she's a hero trying to make up for something she doesn't even remember.
Okay.
But her like she's got so much to make up for that it just makes her fearless, you know. And she's like, you know, live or die, you know, I've got to do something to fix this. And just a great, compelling character. She's got an innocence, but at the same time, just this is like one of the tamest pictures I've seen of her. So, you know, she definitely belongs in the mainstream. I don't know who you'd get to play her though.
For YouTube reasons, obviously.
Yeah, I think Gina Carano might be able to play her. I don't know. So, this Super Guy, my friend Frost Comics. This is like if Superman was. It mix Superman with Joe Biden, and you get Super Guy. But basically, yeah. But he's like super powerful, but
is that close to Diaper Man?
Pretty much, but see, it's if Super Guy went senile. If Superman went senile, this would be Super Guy. It's just a great concept. The first book is just hilarious.
I'll melt you with my eyes.
No, he'd probably be like, I can't see very well, and he'd like melt something, you know, just like trying to squint his eyes, you know.
Yeah.
But he's just you know, just trying. The first book basically he thwarts a hold up at the supermarket because he's trying to like get his beans, you know. And he just like wanders into this because he's so powerful. He like doesn't
My
even know
social
what
security
happened.
check. I need it cashed.
It's a brilliant idea. It's a brilliant idea, and it's just great idea. Anyway, but Super Guy, his first appearance is going to be in Out of Obscurity, and I think
When
Frost
is
has
that
got some
coming
other
out?
stuff planned. Out of Obscurity, it's already funded. I hope he does a second chance on it because it's a great book. My first story published is going to be.
Yeah, I would like to read on this character. I sure would.
Yeah, Frost is hilarious. I mean, J.K. Trotter. I mean, Jared is just hilarious. So he's a great writer. Great writer. This is more She. That's another cover of She. All right, this is Smokes the Fox from Justin Belmont.
From Belmont, yeah. That's Belmont.
This is kind of cropped out, but this was him like peeing on a tree or whatever.
Yeah.
But, it's written by Mike Barron, but it's got a really deep lore behind it. It's basically alien, agreed to work with humanity to create like super soldiers, and they made hybrid of human and animals, and he happens to be a human fox basically. But what they didn't realize was that they thought he was useless. Exactly. But they thought he was useless because he just wasn't like all that aggressive, but it turns out he's a fox. And so he manages to escape, and it's just a great character. Mike Barron wrote book 1, and I think he's writing book 2. That he's also got Weaponized Werewolf, who's one part of the program. It's a wolf man, and that dude is got a lot of issues. Just great universe. If this makes mainstream, I'd be very happy to go.
Is that available now?
I think it is available now. I'm not sure where though. I'd have to check.
Okay,
but I've got so many copies of it. I can send you copies of it. I got like 30 copies of this book.
Oh, man. Really?
Yeah.
Because he jackpot.
He just kept like. I mean, I wanted to support him, and he kept coming up with stuff like this right here. So
I just want a book. Wait, what's he got? Oh, 3D printed.
Oh, cool.
Now that's cool.
Yeah.
Is that the fox? That's Smokes?
Yeah, that's a Smokes, and he's got a
gun
bazooka with it.
Nice
bazooka.
Right.
That's cool.
He's also got I'm pretty sure it's a bong.
A
bong.
Yeah.
It is Smokes the Fox. It is.
Yeah,
the Fox,
I've seen a picture or two online. Yeah, Smokes. Yeah.
Yep. So it's a great world. I'd like to see more of it. This is Soltac, and this is by Mad Ruth, and it's kind of like he, Star Wars being utterly desecrated depressed him, and his way of getting out of this depression was to create a new Star Wars. And so this is he came up with Soltac, and those are like cyber ferrets. So that's
okay.
Nice.
Cyber ferrets. Yeah. So
well, like the akin to Beastmaster.
Yeah,
he had those two ferrets.
Yeah, that's probably what inspired him, I believe. Yeah. But they're awesome characters too. They're awesome characters. They're also psychic. Okay. Anyway, Starlight Cats. Now this is a great series. He'll return to it eventually, but this first book was really good, and it was a great world building, and had great characters. He had this whole entire Salty Balls campaign, which is like a cat treat, But
what?
Salty Balls is the name of the cat treat that they advertise with this. But this would be incredible.
Chocolate.
Yeah, it's South Park did a.
Are they chocolate?
Well, I think Sweaty Balls from SNL.
Yeah, they did the Sweaty Balls, but they had the chef's chocolate salty balls that they were.
Yeah. Got a few comments over here. Let me get caught up. Let me see here. Comments. Where we at? All right. So God wins. All right. And Streetlight Comics. I don't know who this is. I don't know. I'm FAAFO. And lots of issues. Fact, but makes good art. I think he's talking about EVS. And bye. Okay.
Yep.
No big deal. Bye to you. So
bye.
Evidently he did a drive-by. Anyway. All right.
Drive-by chat.
Sometimes that happens. I hope you come back someday. All right. Anyway, so Starlight Cats is good. It's really good. I enjoyed it. Some more Company Men, and this is Pendragon. Okay, this is my friend Aaron.
Yes, Aaron
from Wolfsbane Comics. Yep. But this is basically, at the moment, you think kind of like, he race swapped author, right? But no, this is this kid. All right, so Merlin is like looking for the next mantle holder that's going to wield Excalibur, and basically he runs out of time. The problem that he's been trying to like find the reincarnation of Arthur for, like it comes due, and suddenly he's got to find a mantle holder, and he just chooses this random kid named David. And so Dave was never supposed to have the mantle, and he's not even, some weird old white guy is like handing him this thing, and and he's trying to like make his way through it, And
he put this in what modern? It's modern.
Yeah,
setting,
it's modern.
Correct?
It's a modern setting, but he starts out in back in Arthurian times, and then he brings it forward, with the death of Arthur, and but the coloring and the art in this book is just like next level. It's just beautiful. It's just gorgeous. It's like every page is a work of art. But this guy, this Aaron, man, he humbles me. He is so damn good. And he just absolutely has no...
I like that picture. That's nice.
It's a cool picture.
I think it's an alternative cover, but he's got several really good covers. But this Pendragon, it's current. He just closed it out on Kickstarter, but it's about to start up on FMC.
Oh, okay, cool.
And he's bringing it to FMC. I'm going to back it there. But it's just this guy's a great writer. He's been working on this book, and it's just been his, this is a really incredible series. I think it's going to be amazing. This guy belongs in the mainstream, definitely. And this is Tin Soldier, actually. Tin Soldier. He's kind of like a Colossus, but he's more of a cop. It's a good series by Starcross. I got several stuff over there that's really good. But he's very much like Colossus. But
I like the suit there.
Yeah. It's a really, really visually a great comic. So that's through Starcross. I think it's going to be. I think I could definitely make a dent in the mainstream. This is Star Circuit. My friend Joe Catapano. He is currently doing funding Star Circuit 2. But this book basically, it's about like AI, is taking over, and this is basically this guy's father was the genius behind the AI that took over, but he is kind of rebelling against his father by trying to show that humans can fight back against AI. He's trying to like race against AI bots, and it's a really cool series.
I was thinking it looks a bit like Tron. The bicycles.
It's got a lot of Tron to it.
Yeah, it has that feel to it there, at least on the bike part. Yeah,
but it's a great series, and he taught himself to write, and he made sure he knew how to write before he went into the book. He made a concerted effort to learn to write well before he did the script for this book. So I respect that, but I think this is definitely be a mainstream property. This is Wraith of God. This is by Aaron Lopresti.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, and here's another one, another angle. But this guy, basically, he's an Avenger in the Old West. He's a man of mystery, and he goes around in disguise, and you never see his face, but he goes around in disguise. And while he was in disguise, he made a connection with this Salvation Army lady who he fell in love with, and then he just disappeared on her, and then she gets basically kidnapped to save her life by this weird, mysterious guy all in leather, who calls himself the Wraith of God, and he is fighting all these like supernatural threats in the Old West, and you don't really know what his thing is. You don't really. He talks to God all the time. Okay, but it turns out that he reveals to her like later on that he is indeed that guy. But he's just they have a really interesting relationship, because you know
the costume.
The costume's incredible. This is Aaron
kind of
LaPresti.
Kind of like a cross between Zorro and Jonah Hex.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, meets Ghost Rider. It's like, yeah, I like it.
Well, the interesting thing about this character is that you're not really sure why he feels like he's the only one to take on these supernatural threats. Why you don't really know, but he might be supernatural himself, but because he does things sometimes, and you're like, is he supernatural? Is he not supernatural? But it's a great series. It's by Aaron LaPresti. Aaron LaPresti, when he came out of the mainstream, he was deciding. He decided he wanted to go into crowdfunding, and he was trying to decide the project that he wanted to start out with, and basically, he had several, like, he had two properties, and he had multiple properties actually, and he put them all in a hat. And so he like shook it up, and he reached in and he brought up Wraith of God. Well, he wasn't really sure that the Western thing was going to fly, so he put it back in the hat and shook it up again, reached in, brought it out, Wraith of God. Yeah. And so he's like, I'm just not, he says, I just don't know that. Right. He says, I just don't know that it's going to work. So he did it a third time, and the third time it came out Wraith of God, and he's like, okay, I'll do Wraith of God.
I get the message. I'll do it.
Right. He tells it a lot better than I did, but it's just a great character. It's the Westerns coming back into vogue, and I think this character really, really would make some waves. But so that's pretty much that. I've got more pictures than that. I didn't have one of Shadowpunk, but Shadowpunk's definitely, I think, would be great in the mainstream. So anyway, let's. So you guys see anything that you would like love to see a movie of, or a television series?
Well, that last one for sure. I mean, I like the West.
Right,
I like
God,
the, yeah. I'm the Wraith of God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've got to go.
I like.
It's the Wraith. It's the Wraith of
God. I like
God,
the trailer that had all the
Wraith of
boobs in
God.
it. The jiggly.
Oh, the trailer had all the boobs in it.
The
that would
jiggly.
be,
Came in Common America.
Came in America.
I can't imagine
Common
why
America.
it would be like that.
Yeah, and Krill hasn't seen that.
It hasn't. Yeah. All right, let's play it one more time. Okay.
Play it one more time for this young man.
Let me check. It may have won. Did it win the poll?
It should have.
It was
damn it.
Between it and Cyber Frog. So we'll just say tie goes to tie goes.
I want a recount. I need to change my vote. I need a provisional ballot. Damn it.
All right. Well, we'll play it. We'll play it for Cruel. This is Common America. It's put out by Iconic Comics.
You'll like it.
Yeah, I think you will. Here you go.
Soaring high through the halcyon sky, broad stripes, bright stars like the 4th of July. She's a bombshell, patriotic paladin, fighting fashionista, jet-powered javelin. No evil can touch her heart so true. She'll always bleed the red, white, and blue. Keep the faith, the champion of liberty. Embody truth and beauty, take flight, Common America. America. Make right common America. Loosen the lightning, a swift sword. Let good men hear its thunder roar. When hope is lost and the skies are bleak, be the beacon that we all seek. With your coming core, you will be triumphantly crossing the shining sea. A light in pearl and a rocket's red glare. We'll fight for right where eagles dare. Roll call. Common comic, common Robin, common victory, common terror. Make right common America. Be like common America. Common America. Live your spirits high. Keep your feet on the ground and your eyes in the sky.
You know, I missed that capybara at the very end there, sticking his head in the shot. He photobombed him.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that is.
It's a
it's not really.
capybara.
It's not really my thing.
Is it a comic or an anime?
It's a comic, and I think they're making it into an anime. But they're definitely definitely trying to crack Japan right now, and I think they're making some inroads.
Lots of jiggles, huh?
Yes, it was quite jiggly. Quite enjoyed that for some strange and bizarre reason, of course.
Right. Well, but Iconic Comics is putting out some really good stuff. It's got this other series called Soul Finder. It's about like a special forces group of
capybara
exorcists, actually. No, it's a like a special forces group of exorcists. Okay, and exorcists, yeah. They're like, but the guy who wrote it is Catholic, so it's like a Catholic priest, pretty much. But it's a pretty cool series. There's another one.
Are they going up against an army of Pazuzus or something?
I don't know. I stopped at like book 3. I think book 4 is out right now. But they also there's another one called Black Hops, which is like I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it has bunny rabbits in it. That's all I know.
Maybe they're black.
Black hops. Yeah, black hops.
Maybe they're black bunnies. Black bunnies that hop around.
There you go.
Run away!
It also has a book called Long Harbor, which is the best horror comic I've ever seen.
Right. Okay.
What was that name again? Lone Harbor.
Long Harbor.
Long Harbor. Okay.
Yeah, it's written by a guy named Nashitobi, who is a Ukrainian, I think. And the guy who did the art is Alexandra Mirabal. It's now in a gaming company. So,
cool.
But his art is like very. It's a very, very. It's pretty much like if you were to bring H.P. Lovecraft to the modern age and have him write a story, this would be the story.
Nice.
But that story haunted me. I mean, it has images in it. It's just like, ugh. You know, but it's a beautiful book, very well written, and has better writing on the first 2 pages than a lot of books is in CG right now. You know, just saying. But I'm really hoping that they'll get back to it someday and write that part 2. But the first book, the first one's just so incredible. But yeah, you got. There's several comic book companies right now I can highly recommend. I highly recommend Arrow Comics. Arrow Comics which is the home of hybrids. But they've got multiple really good books out right now that you can get a hold of. Go to arrow.store.com. But it's got some really cool stuff. And it's just... you know, we're right on the cusp here, guys. I mean, you can listen to somebody like beat the moldering corpse of Disney over and over again, which is what people are doing right now, watching these nonstop. You know, or you know, whatever the current outrage is. I think Acolyte is finally concluded, so they're looking around for something new to
Didn't I hear?
I saw the pitch meeting for Acolyte. You know, the guy who does the Ryan George.
Right,
does
right. The pitch meeting. Yeah, that
I
guy.
saw the pitch meeting. It was funny.
I hear that they canceled Doctor Who. Disney said sayonara.
No, they hadn't canceled it.
Really?
They're not going to renew it after the second season that they had.
Oh, I understand that the streaming was so freaking bad that they lost
the
their freaking
BBC
mind.
is like doing all these puff pieces, and they're using the iStream iPhone streaming service, which basically they can just fake any numbers that they want, and so they're like artificially pumping it up. But you know, Doctor Who's pretty much dead.
It's been dead. It's been dead for a while.
But Disney Plus streaming is they're like cutting things, and the first thing they're going to cut are things that they don't own, and Doctor Who's
definitely not making any money for them either, because it's not bringing in the viewership. It's not adding to the value of the service that people pay for.
It's not doing nothing. It's doing nothing.
I know, right?
Well, I think they wanted to be. I think they dealt with the BBC so they could get a hold of Bluey, because Bluey is from the Australia BBC.
Right. I think that's what the hook was, because they're doing well with Bluey on Disney Plus.
It's the highest ranked thing on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's kind of like the shell game deal. They wave Bluey in their face, but you got to take what's under the freaking cup, and what's under the cup is that turd.
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
Right.
So you have to take Doctor Who if you want Bluey. So
Doctor Who is definitely the ugly friend. You know that.
Yeah.
Okay, but you had to find somebody for my friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Doctor Who.
The friend. Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, but yeah, we're on the cups right now, and I mean, I know I don't get a lot of eyes, you know, when I'm trying to push the new stuff, trying to push.
We got 30 of them right now.
Well, yeah, and I really, honestly, to me, I'm like done with just like nonstop like going after mainstream stuff. I mean, I'm going to go see Wolverine, you know, Deadpool Wolverine this weekend.
My pal went to see that, and my pal just technically it would be yesterday. I met him; he was heading to go see that. So I don't know if it was good. So I'll be finding out at some point.
The people I trust said it. You know, it's probably not like the home run that you want, that you were hoping for, but it's very entertaining, and that's what we need right now. It's just entertainment. So
it would be useful. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting like second coming of Citizen Kane, but you know, I just would like something fun, and it sounds from all the people that come back said it's fun. So, but the thing about it is it's if it's good, you know, these guys aren't going to have anything to say about it, so it doesn't get them clicks. Okay,
no,
and you know, these guys. That's a whole ecosystem, and YouTube pushes the shit out of them. I mean, every time my phone skips to the next thing, it winds up being like F and T, you know. Yeah. And I'm like, so I mean, the algorithm's pushing them, so they're doing something right, you know.
That's true.
But I think outrage and negativity just the algorithm just eats that up, you know. Anything controversial, anything that's causing like people to like talk nonstop about stuff, you know. Yeah. And they're making an impact right now on the normies are definitely listening to them, and so you know, more power to them. It's just not my. I would rather talk about what's coming after that, you know, after these things finally die and go away, or they finally bury the corpse. You know, after they desecrated it enough. I just want to look beyond that, you know, and say what's coming now that's like small that I can like push into, that I can push in push until it gets to the point where it takes off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm aiming for. What?
What's he done?
What did I say?
Herpes from space.
Do you have any idea what he's talking about? Any idea? No. All right. Anyway,
is that what's coming next? Herpes from space.
I don't think so. I don't think so. And stop watching Ice Pirates, okay? Anyway.
Ice Pirates. Never seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a space herpy in Ice Pirate. That's where he got it from.
Okay.
That's where he
Robert
got it from.
Urich is it's actually a pretty good freaking movie, but
it's a really good movie.
I've heard of it.
It's space herpes, yes.
Yeah, that's when Robert Urich was trying to take the next level, next step, and he just wound up in the wrong movie. It's a cult classic now, but it's one of those that whiffed it. Everybody was trying to push to be the next Star Wars, and then this came out like the same year as like Empire Strikes Back, and
it went
right. Okay.
And everybody that was trying to be Star Wars got squashed that year, and Ice Pirates was caught up in that.
They all did.
But yeah, it's a pretty decent movie. It's a decent movie. But anyway, so that's been Coop for Teleback Bunny Comics here with the Parkours.
Thank you very much for that sponsor. Hey,
anyway, with Wookie and Cruel, we'll be back. You doing any streaming this weekend, Wook?
Yes, tomorrow night at 4:30 my time.
Okay.
Which would be midnight 30 for Cruel.
Right. Okay.
What topic?
We're going to discuss the WTF with this month of July.
That sounds good to me.
Month. It's been like from everywhere.
Hey, we've only had a president advocating, another one on attempted assassination, and
what are you on about? What are you on about? There's been nothing happening.
Nothing's been happening.
Riots and towns burning down, and
we've only got 3 months till November.
Yikes! I know, right?
Anyway, all right. Well, anyway, thank you all for coming to Fluffiest Chat and all of YouTube. If you just coming late to the game, go ahead and rewatch this stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff that I'm trying to point out. And there's a lot of good things coming. We think here on this show, we think the Common America is going to be the first IP to really hit the mainstream. And, but you can't argue with RGY's power,
Common America on FMC yet?
Power, so, what's that?
Is Common America on FMC yet?
I don't think. I think they fund basically on Kickstarter mostly, but I think they also do Indiegogo. But I don't know. I don't know what Luke's working on. Luke keeps it close to his hat, and I don't ask.
Gotcha. Okay.
But they would be wise to come over to FMC. They really would.
Yes.
But basically everything that you see by them is already in hand at their warehouse, and they will send it right out to you. So if you see that it's out, you can have it within a week. They're pretty good about that. So that's Iconic Comics. Anyway, we're pretty sure that that's probably going to hit the mainstream first, unless Eric buys his way in, which he could.
Hey, Bunny and Cruel, I got to bail. I got to go pick up a pizza. So I'll see
you
guys.
All right, we're closing up, guys. We'll see you later. You all have a very good night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
So
see you tomorrow night.
Bye.